Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. Jarl the Appian Way here to talk to you about Penthesilea's Amazons. They just came out yesterday. I've had a chance to play with them in campaign, and I've tested a couple of their units in battle, and I kind of want to show you their roster while we're here. And so, for my front line, I have on each flank a Daughter of Ares. The big thing to note about these ladies is that they cause terror. They're a charger damage dealer, really kind of meant to get around the flank and deal some damage. Most expensive infantry unit on Penthesilea's list, but dang if they aren't beastie. Up next we got my only XP spend before the game, a unit of Oathsworn, a sword and shield, a spear and shield unit for the flanks of 3 Corvantes, an axe and shield infantry that I felt was a solid middle line unit here. And not all that expensive either. And then, like I mentioned, Oathsworn at either side of that line and Daughters of Ares at the far flanks. You saw running through the line some cavalry options. These are the Furies. This is a light cavalry unit that you will note causes terror. They are also incapable of hiding on the battlefield. When you know the Furies are coming, you know that they're coming. They're meant to be a shock and awe cavalry. I put Penthesilea in her purple chariot because it's just so cool, and with her makeup like that, you know, kind of reminiscent of a Harley Quinn on like Joker's Ride or some business like that. And then the heavy Hippomachoi. This is a heavy cav that can hide in the woods, but they are just basically beastie cav. 1,600 funds, most expensive piece on their roster. Something interesting to note about the Furies, this light cav unit over here that's already on the way up, not only do they cause terror, they also have a bonus versus heroes. This is something I haven't seen before. This is a unit specifically designed for fighting large units, but also for fighting a hero. So if you put a hero, if you think your opponent is going to put their hero on a chariot, like, oh, I don't know, Hector, who I'm up against, this is a really good counter to that. Or if you think your opponent's bringing chariots, Furies are probably a good bet to fight them, with the exception being their low armor. And there's one more unit in this army. It's already kind of running up ahead. Oh, they're hiding in the grass. Can't really give you a good look at them. These are Themyscira's Chosen. This is a javelin unit with one more trait I want you to pay attention to. Their missile damage causes a morale penalty of 10 points. Meanwhile, alongside this Amazon update, release, we also have an update. We have the 1.2 patch. I brought Hector and Hector's army, and I did not bring the typical Hector army that I would recommend. I did not bring the Guards of Troy or the Champions of Troy. I did bring Hector's Chosen, because there's something very important you need to know about them. When I recorded last about how good this unit was, their speed was at 55. Remember, the magical number for speed, I believe, is 45. They're now nerfed down to a speed of 42. We'll see how heavily that impacts them, because if you just take a quick look at some of the infantry I have, Daughters of Ares are 55. Hey, that sounds familiar. Oathsworn at a 37. And Corvantes is also at a 37. Right now they're running at a 36 because they're in the tall grass. Themyscira's Chosen, speed 50. Yeah. So, laissez-faire. Pretty standard affair. Why did I say laissez-faire? Pretty standard fare for speed as far as the infantry, with the exception being the flanking Daughters of Ares. So instead of the typical assignment of Hector army infantry, I went a little wider. I went wider and with more stuff. I've given them 4 heavy shock spears, a couple militia warband, and 4 swordsmen, just standard medium infantry swordsmen, as well as, you know, the 2 Hector's Chosen, Hector himself on foot. And I brought an archer and a renowned archer. I would have brought 2 renowned archers if I had the funds for it, but it was just going to be one of each here. Archers got, especially renowned variants, got a pretty good damage boost, but all ranged units got a 15% ammo reduction in this game. So that's something that could play into this. javelins, I still think, are just as scary as they used to be, even with the reduction in ammo. I only had to bring 1 for this army. So as you can tell, the enemy army definitely outnumbers mine. We're looking at nearly 2 to 1. Almost. Not quite. It's about 1,200 versus 700. And as we're getting into position here, I'm kind of looking at how they've put these 3 men down here, these 3 units down here. I might be able to isolate them. And I'm also comparing some very important statistics. Right now I'm looking at morale across the line. They do get a boost for being, you know, on high ground, encouraged by Hector being so close by. The swordsmen have poor morale, but even still, right now it's looking at a 64 for being poor. So I've decided, all right, I want to get these archers working, and I'm trying to find a way still to get definitely inside the archer's range. You notice I stopped my main line outside. They're not taking the bait here. They're not going to shoot Penthesilea on the chariot, and I'm going, you know what? I'm just going to attack. I make an attack order, and they immediately pull their archers back. As soon as they pull their archers back, I pull Penthesilea back, and I activate the army. I'm going to move them forward. I see the renowned archers turn around, so I'm going to turn around yet again. I'm just actually going to take this engagement. I'm going to charge straight on in just to keep those archers from shooting up the Furies in particular. Oh, I guess I don't take the engagement right here. I go ahead and I'm going to pull back. No, I change my mind again as soon as I see the renowned archers stop. Hector's bringing the Chosen back around. And here goes the first blood of the fight. She just wades right into it and pulls right through. But the other archer gets free to take some shots at the Furies, and I'm not going to be super responsive on that right away. Actually, Penthesilea I seem to have forgotten about. So, units are activated all around. I've got my Themyscira's Chosen throwing their javelins into these heavy shock spears over here, and look at this. I also charge the Daughters of Ares. Their morale has dropped already to 38. So I'm going to keep the sustained fire here, and then I'm going to attack with the Furies supported by the Hippobakoi. The Furies will bring in even more of a morale penalty. Look, they're already at -3 over here for the heavy shock spears, and this one's down to 17. So this charge right here, before they even arrive, the shock spears are already routing. Militia Warband gets routed easily by Corvantes, so they start pulling through. Hector's like, hey, wait, come back, men. Come back, troops. Now, this fight over here kind of floored me. I have, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 swordsmen and a Hector's Chosen coming downhill into this Oathsworn. Because I got these 2 Corvantes through the Militia Warband, I just used them to start chasing off the archers. Okay, so out here, I go ahead and I pull my cavalry back when I see that Hector's gotten really interested. This Corvantes is broken now. Hector's Chosen is weighted into this and wants to leave an impact. So I'm like, okay, well, I've kind of got you outnumbered here, so I'm going to take this on. Hector doesn't make it fair. I pull my Themyscira's Chosen around because I don't like having my Daughters of Ares in a prolonged engagement over here. Remember, Daughters of Ares cause fear, and Themyscira's Chosen lower the enemy morale. So the heavy shock spears, they are also out of this fight for the time being. And I'm bringing the Furies in to also prove a point. I'm trying to combo Daughters of Ares, Furies, and Themyscira's Chosen onto valuable units. Now over here I get the Hippobakoi uphill of all of this. Somehow Oathsworn still holding. Rear charge this, downhill attack, boom. Penthesilea is still in her chariot, though she is going to reach a moment where she decides to just get out of this. I'm pulling her out because we've lost this engagement. Hector's Chosen are still a very, very solid unit. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the Hippobakoi out of the way so that Penthesilea can get an even more solid charge. She's going to get stopped just before she gets to the Hector's Chosen, and now she's going to be in trouble. Absolutely going to be in trouble. So I've got this wrapped up over here. I'm going to go ahead and pull the Furies and the Daughters of Ares out and start repositioning the Themyscira's Chosen. They start throwing javelins into this. What's going to happen is this entire blob is going to get discouraged. I charge the Furies into it. I'm just getting it all ready. I go ahead and I pull in the Hippobakoi, and then I berserk them with Penthesilea's ability just so that they don't stop attacking Hector's Chosen. I probably could have waited for a better opportunity. Furies here had a chance to attack Hector, but I'm still trying to just morale break all of this. The Oathsworn finally leave. Look at that. As soon as the javelins go in and the Furies assault simultaneously, routing all across the board with the exception of the Hector's Chosen. I assault it with the Daughters of Ares. Look at the Hector's Chosen morale. It's hovering at 81. Admirable. Very admirable. Hector is out here tired of Penthesilea's shenanigans. Penthesilea is no longer in the chariot. That happened in the course of the battle. Hippomachoi are still out here doing really well against Hector's Chosen. But now they're being supported by heavy shock spears. Probably won't stay in here too terribly long. Their morale is wavering as a result of their damage sustained. Alright, so Penthesilea's had enough of this. She isn't really meant to fight Hector one-on-one, so she's going to get out of here. The Furies also break, and there's a very healthy Hector's Chosen, a very healthy Hector out here, and now I'm a little bit worried. And here goes my other Daughter of Ares is now broken. I do have this one regrouped over here. I've got some Corvantes on the flanks, but a lot of their troops are still just routing and not shattered. These units are all shattered, at least. I've got a healthy Corvantes out here. So this is going into a very tense stage 2 with the balance of power solidly in Hector's favor because of the health that's still in Hector and in the extra Hector's Chosen out here, which is still chasing my Daughters of Ares. Okay, so Hector is going to try and get a hold of this Oathsworn and immediately shatter them, actually. I'm going to go ahead and pull this Daughter of Ares back away from Hector's Chosen. I'm going to take this engagement with Penthesilea. Or no, I'm going through. What am I doing with Penthesilea? Is Penthesilea targeting Hector, maybe? I don't remember. These guys are still just kind of routing on foot. I've got this Oathsworn back here. They've got heavy shock spears activated. They still have renowned archers with ammo. That's doing wonders for their balance of power. Look at this. Really, all of a sudden, defeated. What? That wasn't what happened. What? I just played this. I didn't lose this. What? Oh, no. Well, okay then. What actually happened? It came down to just a unit of Hector's Chosen and Hector, and I had. Let's see here. I believe I had one Corvantes, one Daughter of Ares, and my Themyscira's Chosen. The Themyscira's Chosen comboed once again with the Daughter of Ares and managed to shatter the last of Hector's Chosen. The archers, the heavy shock spears, did not gain experience, but both of Hector's Chosen gained 2 experience ranks. And once it was down to just Hector, and my own units were actually having morale issues of their own, I tried salvaging as much of the ammo off of Themyscira's Chosen as I could. And for a little while there, the only unit I had, as the rest of them broke, was Themyscira's Chosen. Themyscira's Chosen is faster than Hector on foot. I was able to keep them just ahead of Hector, catch up with the Daughter of Ares just as they gathered their courage and came back into the battle. They charged Hector. Themyscira's Chosen loosed the last of their javelins, and then Hector's morale shattered, and that was it. And he still had about, I'd say a quarter of his health left. If it wasn't for the ability of Penthesilea's Amazons to cause fear, would not have won that battle. Won, even though the computer says defeated, which, again, that's not what happened. I'm a little confused by that. Okay, well then. I've got some armies set up to do a custom battle right away. Let's see here. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and put the AI on defenders to show them at their best, albeit at attackers, so that I have the penalty. A little bit, some similarities, some differences with this army. I'm going with the same Oathsworn and Corvantes lineup with 2 Daughters of Ares on the flanks. And I'm going with the Themyscira's Chosen again. I'm keeping the Furies, but rather than the heavy Hippomachoi, I've decided to take 2 units of horsewomen, and I've put Penthesilea on a melee warhorse, because this is unique to the Amazon factions, where you have the option or the opportunity to play with melee warhorses. I feel like it's also important to point out the Themyscira's Chosen are not unique in their ability to throw javelins that discourage the enemy. Harpy Fiends do so as well. Something else that's also really significant, there is no cap to the number of the unique and powerful units that that Penthesilea can bring. All of the I could bring 5 to 10 daughters of Ares if I wanted to. I could bring many of Themysciro's chosen, many Hippomachoi. So that I feel is significant when you compare it to somebody like Aeneas, who can only bring 2 fearless swords, or Hector, who can only bring 2 Hector's chosen. Now then, so this is what I'm going to bring with Penthesilea. Just some speed notes along the line: 37 for the main line, 55 for the Daughters of Ares, 52 for Themysciro's chosen, and then cavalry is of course going to be plenty quick. Ithaca, I decided to bring 5 heavy sword skirmishers, 2 spear runners, Odysseus midnight runners, 4 bowmen to show you kind of the boost to damage that our archers have gotten at the cost of ammunition, an ambusher, and a Cyclops. Odysseus will be on foot. And the map we're playing on is Poseidon's Cliffs. The last battle, by the way, was, what was it? Thirsty River, because, let's face it, I'm thirsty for Penthesilea. Alright, here we go. Let's play this. And see if I can't show you an actual, victory. Something significant about this Odysseus army: everybody has a ranged attack. Everybody wants to have a jav attack. Okay, so if I were Odysseus, I'd be deploying up here, because he can take advantage of all of this extra territory and the fact that I can only really attack in 2 directions. Gonna go ahead and get this set up the way I like. A match for any man indeed. Ruthless aggression. So remember, the Furies cannot hide in scrub or in trees, so I'm not going to try. But the Horsewomen and Penthesilea can. And a very important unit over here. I'm going to keep the Themysciro's chosen close to the right Daughter of Ares, so that I can take advantage with the Furies, who are also on my right now. He's deployed pretty far forward. That's surprising. His archers are going to get the better of me pretty quickly, but I'm going to move everybody up to about here. Now, the heavy sword skirmishers, they have 4 javelins, so their ammunition numbers have not changed. Javelins in general are dealing less regular damage, but more armor-piercing damage. Bows, I believe what happened with them is just an increase in damage. Just a static increase. So there's going to be some traps for me, I'm sure. This is going to be fun. Alright, cavalry are basically in position. I can actually move them up even more. Oh, dang, okay, so Odysseus has taken the first shot, and he's targeted a Daughter of Ares. Ouch. Okay, I found the Cyclops. What's the morale on a Cyclops? 96? Okay. Alright, so Cyclops has thrown his first boulder, targeted the Daughter of Ares. Took 5 unit casualties, that's fine. Alright, so the skirmishing has begun. He's got his forces kind of confused, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and move in. Alright, here comes some javelins off the spear runners. We're going to go ahead and engage. Oh, no, don't like that. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I want to try and get as much cavalry as I can through here, so I'm going to start moving them all up. Let's break that. Let's break this.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Here we go. I'm just going to start pulling as many cavalry through as I can. Let's get the Furies down in here. Pull the Horsewomen through. Okay. Wrapping up more soldiers. Let's get after these ambushers before I lose them. I'm going to push into that. Pull through Pull through. Get those archers. Don't stay in the Odysseus' Midnight Runners. That's a very bad place for you.
Have been routed.
Get out of there. Furies! You can actually come and attack this real quick. Let's throw some javelins into it. Let's get that into there. Yeah, keep going after the ambushers, please. Alright, come back, come back, come back, come back. Okay. So I'm getting a good combo right here on these heavy sword skirmishers. They're broken. I'm going to go ahead and throw javelins at this and rear charge it with these units. There we go. Let's go ahead and... Okay, we're getting a lot of routing units across the board. Let's activate our Embrace of Ares, our Song of Battle. Furies are hard at work over here. Let's get them after Odysseus. Yeah, let's see if we can't break Odysseus out of this. Penthesilea is doing great against the Cyclops, especially with the help of the Daughters of Ares over here. I'm going to use the Daughters of Ares to try and help out the Oathsworn. Ooh, javelins into the horsewomen. Don't like that. Let's get the horsewomen out of this Odysseus' Midnight Runners. And we're going to keep chasing the ambushers with the Oathsworn. This is valuable for me. Oh, man, just... Okay, Odysseus. You've got the Furies on you now, so this is bad news for you. Let's see here. Let's get some heavy sword skirmishers with my scary javelins. Okay, just pursue. Keep after the bowmen. Keep after Odysseus. Penthesilea. Don't use none left standing quite yet. Okay, let's get the horsewomen. Look at those who shattered all of this stuff with the horsewomen. That's beautiful. Penthesilea versus Cyclops, still in full swing.
No mercy!
Yeah, no mercy indeed. And Odysseus is trying to help out. I think Penthesilea is actually a little bit confused. She doesn't seem to be attacking. Okay. Alright, we're going to throw some bodies into Odysseus here. We've got the Furies, we've got this, we're going to do some javelins into him as well. This is going to break him. He's routing. Alright, let's throw javelins at the Cyclops. The Furies can escort Odysseus off the battlefield. We've got victory. What is going on with Penthesilea's horse? Did you see it doing the sideways moonwalk or whatever that was?
Is close enough to taste.
Okay, Penthesilea.
You're dead!
Get that Cyclops. Come on. Come on. Bring us victory. This is a very sturdy man. You can hear that bronze spear going clank against his spine each time. How quick is a Cyclops? It's only speed 31, so I think Penthesilea is actually helping to escort this guy out of here.
Penthesilea! I understand.
Oh well. Anyway. We've routed the army, we've broken them all, we still have some of our own forces routing. Look at the damage we took kind of just all in general. This horsewoman almost all gone. The Themyscira is chosen, doing fantastically. 55 kills. The Furies with 59, but the work and the value they mostly gave me was what they did to shatter those first few units. You saw how quickly we were able to break a lot of these more skirmish-focused units, and I wanted to show you how a cavalry-focused attack with a lot of terror-based tools, fear-based tools, and combo can really break Odysseus' mainline infantry. And you even saw I just kind of threw away one of my mainline infantry just to chase off his most expensive skirmisher, and I don't even know what happened with that. I really don't. But yeah, so you can see the damage he took. You see the XP he picked up in 1 rank on Odysseus' Midnight Runners. And I just sent a Corvantes after them. We'll assume it's the one that got the most beat up and only got 41 kills. But still, they got their value out of keeping... I'm sorry, not the Midnight Runners, the Ambushers. They kept the Ambushers out of that entire game. I think that was definitely valuable. Even though the Ambushers didn't take any damage, they only made 11 kills, and they were shut down and inconsequential. The Cyclops only managed 30 kills, and that was after throwing in a Daughter of Ares and Penthesilea and the Furies into it. But still gained 2 XP ranks, presumably for damage done to the Furies and to Daughters of Ares. Look at this, 117 kills, 178 kills, 130 on this Horsewomen. And that was mostly just out of the sheer tenacity of deciding, I'm going to pull through your Spear Runners and Midnight Runners and just run roughshod on your Bowmen. 1 kill for the Bowmen. Thank you. I'm still... Look, these 4 Bowmen got 1 kill. This mostly shut down Ambusher got 11. I'm just saying javelins are still the way to go. They really, really are. So I like Penthesilea. I like the utility that we have in her roster. She has weak mainline troops, but they can hold their own, as you saw, so long as they're supported by the fear-inducing units. So I'm really excited about what Penthesilea will bring to multiplayer in the future. I'm also excited about some of the changes that have been made to ranged attacks and to the poor Hector's Chosen. They will not be running so fleet of foot ever again. But hey, they're still pretty quick. They're just not hero quick, okay? So yeah, if you have any thoughts on all of this, please comment below, let me know, and I'd love to have a conversation about this stuff. Talk to you all some more. Here's the patch 1.2. Actually, I don't think that's loading up for you. That is, yeah, no, that just opened the website. While I'm here, I'm going to see if there's anything I missed based off of stuff I've told you in my previous episodes about any of the potential multiplayer stuff. Battle balance changes. Here we go. Ammo for missile units has been reduced by 15. All missile units have had their stats slightly adjusted to better fit the game. Low-tier javelin units, like the light skirmishers in Hector's roster, have had their armor-piercing damage significantly reduced. And low-tier bow units have had their damage reduced. High-tier bow units have had their damage slightly increased. Low-tier slings, damage reduction. High-tier slings, damage increase. This all makes a little bit of sense, actually. The armor-piercing damage change that I was thinking of was not for javelins, but actually for one-handed axe units. They have a bit more armor-piercing damage and less normal damage. Increased charge bonus for Phrygian warriors. Corvantes have been buffed across the board. They have more health, more armor, more battle speed. They take reduced stamina penalties. They keep a tighter formation and are more resistant to chariot charges. They could be a chariot counter. We'll see. Same thing has happened for the Spartoi, except that they are not more resistant to chariots. Minotaur, okay, this is funny. The Minotaur has been nerfed. Less health, less armor, less morale. And the Savage Roar ability on the Minotaur only lowers enemy morale by 10 instead of 30. Okay. Sure. I guess. I'm still not going to take the Minotaur. Anyway, that's it. There's your patch note updates, and there's your look at Penthesilea. I'm going to cover Hippolyta next, and then I'm going to wrap up and finish off the rest of the Achaeans, Lycia, and Paris. All right? Love you all. Thank you for watching. Ta-ta.